Are you seeing this?
Yes, I'm seeing it. Great thumbs up.
Present. You see this? The title? Yeah. Okay. So I kind of took a little pivot from my presentation last week. It still revolves around this sort of platform memorial that already exists. It's called this. It's this page that's dedicated, or dashboard that's dedicated to all the medical workers who passed away due to COVID-19 in Indonesia. So I kind of wanted to do like a tribute to this. Originally, what I wanted to do was to design and prototype this physical memorial, um, where like I would showcase the images of these people, of, of all these people, and take these messages that people, like their colleagues, sent over, and just have them floating around. But what I realized was that that's just to me that's just kind of like reskinning this whole thing that already exists, and um, it's not like I can put it into a physical space right now, right? Like we don't have the resources, and stuff. So what I kind of wanted to do is to create this collage, because I started off with this idea of um, like taking all the human aspect of these things, like of this dashboard. It's they clearly did, I mean, a pretty good job in that. There are like these images of these people and these stories, and what really popped out to me are these messages or like testimonies of their colleagues, because it's not just this one way thing where, okay, like it's this person, this is what their name is, this is their occupation, this is how they passed away. um, but it's also like these interactions with their colleagues, their students, their peers, and these messages are I find that these messages are really invigorating, because I find that death is a pretty interesting thing, in that there's a lot of grief and sadness that's associated to it, but it also brings people together in um, expressing love and expressing memories, um, and I find that usage of words is really powerful. So what I want to do is just take these texts and visualize it in a way that is sort of reflects the general message of all these like all these different messages about all these different people, and sort of analyze the use of language a little bit. So what I decided to do is to create a collage of words that are often used um, in these messages about people. So this is what I did. First, I scraped the website for like all the messages. I scraped it all using just basic Node.js scripting, and then I cleaned it out. I removed names of specific people, and then things like conjugation, typos, um, remove some pronouns that are like words that are irrelevant, and then I visualized it using this library called D3 Cloud, and this is what it looks like. Ta-da! So this is like the bigger the word is. I'm sure most of you are familiar with word clouds, and that like the bigger the word is the more prominent of its usage in the whole text. Like all of these are in Indonesian, so I apologize if you don't
No apologies.
understand it, but I think it's really important to see like the use of language. So I guess I'm just gonna like narrate this to some of you. Um, like some of the more obvious words are like doctor, amen, professor, and also like Allah, which is the Islamic God, which is like Islam is the most prominent religion in Indonesia. There's also like some Arabic characters, here and here. That's usually like part of a prayer. Um, but what I find interesting is that there's a lot of words that relates to teaching and mentorship. Like this is the word becoming. And when I search for them, it's usually in the sentences that relates to, you helped me to become this. Um, and also, there's words like this is the word for mother. There's also a word for father. Somewhere I forgot where, but when I search through it, it's in the lines of you're like a father to me, you're like a mother to me. There's also like a lot of these different medical terms that when I looked into them, it's like these little anecdotes about how they like when they work together. Like there's these little anecdotes that people like to write um, about their experiences together, and also like some the names of several med schools also pop up. It's kind of interesting to see because like when someone passed away, you would think about like your experiences and what makes them great, what makes them not so great, and it's just to me, it's really interesting to see like all these words pop up and being used a lot, sort of just to I don't want to say the word reduce, but it's to it's this one glimpse of these whole messages of it's when I scrape it, it's like 1.5 megabytes of text, which is some like 120,000. No, it's like 200,000 words or something. So it's a lot. It's a lot of text, and just to see this um, in this format, I think is it's pretty heartwarming to see like all these positive words that are in there. And there's also like these emojis as well, which is speaks to how we express ourselves these days. It's like the prayer emoji, the heart crying. This is also prayer. But yeah, I mean, it's I think it's a simple project, but I really did enjoy it because I think word speaks a lot. Not sure if this comes through in this context because you guys don't speak the language, but
Actually,
yeah.
having it in those words that I don't recognize, it's a different kind of impact. It's seeing we're seeing it through their lens, and I appreciate the translation. I mean, because for me, it has to live through somebody that's closer to it. So that's it doesn't. I don't think it loses anything being in another tongue, and it's yeah. So oh, let's open it up to the class first.
Are you done, Tito? By the way.
Oh yes, I'm done. This is the total output.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Comments, please. If you feel more comfortable doing it verbally.
It's really great data visualization. The emojis are interesting too. Did you pick the font and like the color scheme?
Yes, I did. I think what I wanted is a dark background, but with color to sort of represent this idea of it's death. Death is interesting in that it's a mix, right? Because it's sad, but you're also celebrating someone's life, celebrating someone's contribution and their impact on the society, and you're sort of like bonding together using words. So I kind of wanted to do like this dark background, but with colors that pop.
Yeah, it works really well.
I'm really trying to restrain myself from asking you what everything means, but I'm lucky enough to have a close Indonesian friend, so I'll take a screenshot and and I'll take it offline.
So some of these words are actually like medical abbreviations. Actually, some of these I don't quite know. I had to ask my fiance about it because she's also a doctor. in Indonesia who works with COVID patients, and like yeah, a lot of these terms are medical specific, like plus. This word plus, apparently it's their slang for having a patient pass away under their watch. And like these little things, these little abbreviations are like different certifications that they have to do. They have to take, and usually like during the certification process, there's a lot of like mentorship going on. And a lot of these people who passed away, they're like quite old and senior, so they would have people, that would have interacted with so many people.
That's very impressive. Thank you.
Thank you.
And let's do one